Oh, wow. Warning, the following chapter contains a scene displaying self-harm. Some players may find the scene disturbing. It's funny that they're showing this here, not on the PlayStation. If you'd like to view the censored version, I will go no, but just a warning for anybody. There you go. Leave now. Yeah, it is appreciated at least. If you'd like to view the censored version, no. I've already seen so much other shit that's been censored on PlayStation.
Those boys, they had all been killed and it was my fault. They were my age, and a few of them were our friends. I didn't think it would go like that, but wasn't it obvious, really? What was I actually expecting? I felt like a coward. But what could I have done? Should I have betrayed my father? I loved my father, but I also loved my friend Lapo. Which side was I on? I just listened to my heart. I thought it was the right thing to do. But instead, it was the worst thing I could have done.
New area. Okay, we don't have objectives. We do have our bag.
I didn't go anywhere near the soldiers, Germans or allies. They had all caused me harm. I didn't want to approach anyone, for any reason.
Church.
Once I crossed that threshold, I completely lost touch with reality. Everyone around me had died while I survived everything. I don't remember how things went. I just remember a big light and then photographs were being taken of me. There was a man dressed in white, a doctor, I presume. He was asking me questions, but I didn't understand what he was actually asking me. He wrote something on a piece of paper and then 2 nurses led me away. I was in the mental asylum. Some women were talking to themselves. Others cried. Some were even covered in their own filth. Others were violent and tried to hurt themselves any way possible. There was this one young woman who would pleasure herself all day long, incessantly, to the point where she would bleed. So they would tie her down to the bed screaming, cursing and talking gibberish for days on end. Once her wounds had healed and she was untied, she would just start again. That woman was me. They started to give me injections. What they gave me made my whole body shake. I broke my vertebrae and an ankle. I think it was called cardiazole or something like that. My body was like a fire that didn't want to be put out. When it appeared to be quenched, it would come back, even stronger than before. In the end, though, they won. I stopped screaming and masturbating. I stopped thinking. There was no longer any need for therapy. Something inside of me had died. But nevertheless, I insisted on carrying along this painful journey. I was stronger than I could ever have imagined.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Hulker's there. It said Martha before, but I'm still super confused. Supposedly the real Martha.
Who are you? Wait, wait. I want answers. Don't go away. Talk to me about Martha, please.
Okay, we have a choice. Martha is dead. I am Martha. Martha does not exist. There you go. I wonder if there's multiple endings in this. Probably not, but we'll find out. Bitch don't exist. Martha is dead. The title of the game. I am Martha. You can hit all three.
Martha does not exist. She never existed. She's just a figment of my imagination. Impossible. I remember her. I loved her.
She is a part of me. She is an invention.
In some respect, Martha does exist. She is within me. Part of me is Martha, and another part is Julia. It's extremely painful. And Mother? Is she alive?
Is Mother still alive? She is dead. She is alive. I don't know. Mummy split her brain with that whack. I can believe it. Where is Mother? I have to wonder how long we've been in this asylum for. Maybe we're going to figure that out. Maybe we won't. Maybe this has all been all in our head the whole time. We've been locked up. Because I know it's kind of cliche, but I actually don't mind it. I don't know.
I really don't know. Her death could be all my invention. Or maybe things went just as I remember. I'm consumed by doubt. What about Father? The soldiers? Did that really happen?
Yes, no, I don't know. I'm starting to believe, like I said, I think this whole thing was all in our head the whole time. I think we've been crazy, cray-cray for a long time, locked up. I'm gonna go with no on this one.
My mind is playing weird tricks on me. I saw him sitting there because I was afraid. Daddy is okay. He is strong and able to look after himself. Certainly better than I can. Okay, this is almost impossible to believe. What about Nanny?
Nanny, she is fine. I do not know. She is dead. The only time we ever saw Nanny, I think, or heard Nanny, was in the very, very, very beginning of the game, if I recall correctly. It's been so long now. That was on Thursday as well. Outside of the puppet show. We did call on the phone, though, supposedly, in the game. I think. Yeah, we did. But she died, right? Something happened to her, supposedly. That was the other day as well, I think, or earlier tonight.
Nanny is fine. I don't even want to think that anything bad could have happened to her. Are you sure? That brings me great joy. I'm afraid to ask about Lapo.
Lapo, is he fine? Is he dead or does not exist? Interesting.
Lapo probably doesn't exist.
Does any of this actually matter?
It's the most
That's the big
logical
question.
explanation.
To the YouTube or to other
He
Twitch streams.
invented so many things. He's probably also one of them. That's what I thought too. One last question. The pregnancy?
I was pregnant. There was no pregnancy. Interesting. Well, we just said there's no Lapo, but How else would we have gotten pregnant? It's other ways, I guess, but I don't know. Don't have too many characters in this game.
I was pregnant, but then I had a miscarriage. So much blood that morning. And my mind decided that things had gone differently.
Maybe she wasn't, though. She's talking about the masturbation.
That's enough now.
Who knows what's
All
real?
of these questions are pointless, aren't they? It's all inside of us. We just need to turn the mirror. Is it not all just the reflection of an unknowable existence? Nothing more than a puppet show.
Were you paying attention, quiz? Oh, we're back.
Ready for everything with open arms, even ready to kill. Legs always ready to run. The womb that conceived in sin. Lastly, the mind. To protect us, it has turned us into monsters. Either way, we cannot live like this, can we? I'll take care of it. I don't need to worry. I'll try to sleep if I can. I've got this. On the 26th of July, San Casciano was bombed and the church was destroyed. But I was not there then. I was already in the asylum. Once again, stubbornly, I was not dead. The bombs hadn't killed me, and I had also survived myself. The most absurd test and the hardest one. The war ended some time ago now, both out there and inside of me. I was on the wrong side of the gate, but now I can turn the page. Life is opening its doors again, isn't it? If I hadn't been so lucky to survive myself, I would have thrown everything away. We think that danger is all around us, ready to attack. But the most devious and misleading dangers are the ones that are inside of us. They grow without us realizing. They make us suffer, remain confused, and remove our self-respect. I would have wanted to ask for help, but I was alone. This is my story. Thank you for being here, for listening to me. Now I'm ready to leave. How long will it take to get home?
Even unlock death. Fortunately, today it's even possible to ask for help and receive it, even if we are alone, even if we are desperate, even if it feels like it doesn't make any sense. It feels like there's nothing left for us, and only because we can no longer see it. There's always something to live for. Something great could be just around the corner. Possible sequel? Who knows? That was intense. Guess that's it. Hello, Lady Nightmare. Didn't realize you were here. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you to anybody out there lurking, by the way. Thank you, guys. Another about 3 hours and 30 minutes. Horror with a deep message, for sure. So yeah, obviously a lot of questions left. Again, what was real? What really happened? Again, who the heck knows? I don't know. I guess, are we supposed to know? Or form our own speculations and discussions? So I couldn't help but notice the scars on her face there, which we saw earlier on as well. But what she just said there at the last monologue or whatever was that she was never actually beaten by the soldiers, because those are like the scars she discussed from the soldiers, but who the hell knows again? She was locked up. She's been hurting herself the whole time. We're in the asylum. I wonder how the sounds of the Italian voice actors, even though I thought the voice acting was done very well. The gameplay itself was very lackluster. It's kind of slow. I liked it a lot, but it was pretty slow paced. That was my worst thing for it. But again, it was a change of pace. Like, I'm not in a big rush to go back and play it again because it's just so slow. Honestly, I'm glad I played. I was actually not super excited to play it again. Like, I was feeling a little, like, bleh with it, but it really picked up tonight. Like, it was a lot better. It's like one of those games I think it got really, really good towards the end. Had to wait a while for the big payoff. So I wonder what happens if we would have shot ourselves there when the soldiers entered, because that wasn't even really happening, right? I'm guessing it would have still went on. Different dialogue. So I think this took me about 5 to 6 hours to complete. Between tonight and the last stream. Was not cheap by any means for, I guess, an indie game. I call it indie. I think it's an indie studio. It's like $30 US for this. LKA. That's the studio, right? The devs. %. What does it mean? Maybe there's a different ending then. Cryptic 80%.